What's up, guys? Back me is here with Sabrina Teenager with Season 4, Episode 1, There's No Place Like Home. Okay, so this episode starts off with Hilda and Zala celebrating Sabrina's 18th birthday. Now she's 18, ready, and they're kind of sad. They're kind of sad that Sabrina's 18, meaning that she'll go off to college, leave them, and they're kind of sad. But yeah, but Sabrina, she's, saying, oh yeah, now I finally got my witch's license, I can finally do stuff. But yeah, so after that, we finally got a new intro sequence, which I really enjoyed them, with the whole bubbles and all characters in the bubbles, and yeah, I really enjoyed this new intro sequence. But anyway, after that, yeah, so they had mentioned that Libby's in boarding school, that Libby's parents are in boarding school. I guess that's the way to, send to departure Libby off from the series. But the way they did with Valerie is kind of the way they did with Valerie is that she's in some new school called Archwood or Arching, I don't know what it's called. It's a high school called Arch. And yeah. So basically, Sabrina's father's back in this episode, but he's played by a different actor. And basically, he's back in this episode to say, hey Sabrina, I want you to come to Paris with me. And since Hilda and Zelda, pretending to be happy for Sabrina, they're like, he can't come back and take her back from us. And Zelda's like, he is her father. He is her father. Yeah. Yeah, and if you're thinking, so Harvey's like, and we even got this new guy named Brad, who's kind of distant from Sabrina for some reason, and yeah, so Sabrina, after she learns that, Valerie's Valerie can't come, he's like, Sam the cat's like, where are you going, Sabrina? And she's like, I'm going to Paris. So she magically transports herself to Paris, where we see Gail, which Gail's played by a new actress, played by a new person. They have a son named David, and yeah, they even have a dog. They all live in Paris together. Yeah, so basically, so, and also, forgot to mention, Vice Principal Kraft is now Principal Kraft. So, me calling him Principal Kraft, I can finally do now. And he's now just here, made Sabrina's life even more terrible. Even though he's dating Zelda, he still does not like Sabrina one bit. And is very still suspicious of her. But yeah, back to, the Sabrina and Paris thing. Sabrina, in Paris, having fun. And yeah, Harvey got her these tickets to Britney Spears' concert, which Britney Spears actually appears in this episode, where, yeah. So, but they're actually drive-through ones, so they have to, sit far away. You got parking lot ones, which, parking lot seats were a thing. But they're not. But yeah. So yeah. So So Sabrina's watching and yeah. So Hilda actually drops some potion, which turns her and Zelda into Penguin, and they kind of make a Gotham reference by them saying, hey, let's wreak havoc on Gotham. Because, this is when Batman Forever, Batman Return, I think Batman Forever was out. So basically doing a reference to that movie in this episode. So Sabrina, and they were able to turn themselves back to normal, but they get some sad. They go. Serena's there, like watching, and she's seeing Harvey, and he's like laughing, but she thinks they're like laughing about her, but no, he's getting tickled on the feet. So then, as I said, she watches Hilton Zelda, and he'll just get a cry from Salem the cat, saying that he misses like his comforter, but he actually misses Sabrina. And he calls her Sabrina for some reason, and they're all like confused. They're like, Sabrina, what is this? What is up with this? And yeah, and Sabrina, Sabrina, dad conjure up Britney Spears, and Britney Spears does a dance for her, and then Britney Spears talks to Sabrina, saying, "Hey, if you don't like it here, talk it with your dad." And basically, she talks it with her dad, saying, "Hey, you know, you know, I want to go," but he's like, yeah. So he's like, yeah, but there's something I gotta do on the moon, and life is up there. And Sabrina comes back home, and even Sabrina's confused that Sam's calling her Sabrina, and then Zelda takes Sam the cat, and he's like, "Did you actually have something to do with Sabrina coming home?" And he's like, I did or did not cause a war on Pluto or the moon or whatever they said." And basically, that wraps up this episode. Yeah. Is there anything I'm missing from this episode? Oh yeah, there's a new vice principal, but I don't think they're going to introduce this vice principal again. So yeah. Serena actually thought that Kraft would be gone, but they could not have a show without Willard Kraft. So anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Look at a wonderful night. Wonderful afternoon. And I'll see you next Sabrina the Teenage Witch.